Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the neighborhood. I'm John, your favorite neighbor kid, and I'm coming back again, finally, to play some Risk of Rain 2. This came out on early access last week, and this is a game that I have been waiting for a long time. The original Risk of Rain that I played the crap out of. I played in, it came out in 2013, I think. So this has been 6 years in the making, and it's not finished yet, but it's very well done. And as it goes, the original Risk of Rain was a 2D side-scrolling platforming arcade shoot 'em up style game. And this one is arcade platforming shoot 'em up style, but it's 3D, and the transition that they made almost flawless. It's surprising how well they did in executing a transition between 2D and 3D. It's not normally very easy to pull off if you've ever witnessed anything. For instance, like Sonic the Hedgehog didn't do particularly well in the transition. Excuse me. Also, I just want to say that I want to say thank you for being patient over the last week or so when I had renovations and all kinds of stress, and I couldn't make any videos due to the noise. The renovations are still going on, but they're mostly external, and they're not, they've done almost everything they have to do inside the apartment now, so we're clear for that. Anyway, let's jump right into the game, because it's better to show off the game than it is to talk about it too much. This is a fairly simple control set. It's a single player. It's a multiplayer game, we'll say, but it's a team style game, and you can play it single player if you want. And this is a brand new game. I've played it a little bit already. Let's see. You can run, you can jump, you can dash. Most importantly, you can shoot. Every character that you can get has 4 skills. 4 basic skills. They're as you can see, they're tapped to the shoulder buttons, which leaves jumping and shooting open. Now, what happens with this game is that it is very difficult in respect to, there's a difficulty setting that you set at the start. But another thing that happens too is, as time goes on during any gameplay, there's a difficulty magnifier that occurs. Just like it's saying right up in the corner there. I started a brand new profile just to show off the game so that everything that I get is brand new. All the characters will unlock, they'll show that, and we'll see, what happens while we're doing that. It's a good fun game. This game is a blast. I love it. And almost all the enemies are faithful 3D representations of the original characters, or the original enemies that were in the first game. It's a beautiful game. So one thing that you do is you collect money, and you collect weird little items, and the items have specific effects. In this game, they also show up on your character in specific spots. You can get rid of this guy. He is a punk. Alright, so we just got an achievement, and I got the War Banner item, which what happens is you gain levels in this game from killing enemies. And what happens is every time you gain a level when you have War Banner, it drops this little banner thing that gives you increased speed. I don't know exactly what it does, but it increases your abilities as a character to kill things. Alright. Let's get rid of this guy. So this is an elite version of another character. So the elites are, as you would expect, a little bit harder. Anyone who's played any games that have elite characters, they're harder than other enemies, or harder than their normal versions of their enemies. Let's see. We gotta spawn in here. Okay. And like in MMOs or anything, your skills have cooldowns, except for your normal attack. Your normal attack doesn't necessarily have a cooldown. This is a really sweet game that's got a lot of nifty things too. Like you explore these levels, you can see in the corner I've got an objective, and the objective is to find the teleporter, find and activate it. What happens when you activate the teleporter, you ask? Or maybe you didn't, I don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. You start basically a rush of enemies, and enemies will start spawning in. And you have to wait for the teleporter to charge up. And while the enemies are spawning in, also most of the time you're gonna spawn a boss. And sometimes, depending on the difficulty, 2 bosses. Sometimes an elite boss. It gets really, it's really interesting. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Get rid of this guy. So we found the teleporter, but it's also very important to note that what you want to do is you want to collect as much money during a stage as you possibly can, and then unlock all the items, or there are also drones you can get. There's a whole bunch of little cool little things you can do. But the items that you get, and there's an item box right there. We're gonna open that up. Oh no, that's a healing drone. That's a drone right there. The items you can get are really the key to this game. Leveling up will get you more HP and more damage, but it's really the items and the drones and the things that you buy during stages that are going to help you out the most. All right, so we got that one already. We cleared that direction. And though the levels themselves are not randomly generated, there's a set, there's a deck of levels that you can have during each stage, and they change. So every time you start a new area, you'll get different levels, or there's a set of a few different levels that you can get. The enemies that you'll get, the enemies that spawn, usually kind of randomize. And where they spawn, how long it takes them to spawn, etc. And also position and type of items and things that you can get in a level will change. Let's see, where are we at? Mow these punks down. My healing drone will help heal me up while I'm in the middle of doing some smacking down. All right, let's dash. Let's get moving. I'm gonna do my best to find any of the leftover chests in this area. That's the thing. Once you activate the teleporter, you cannot open any chests, and also you have to stay within vicinity of said teleporter. One tactic from the previous game is try to get the war banner as early as possible, and start killing enemies, because war banners stack. So if you get one, oh, this is what I want right here. Syringe increases your attack speed. It's like 10% increase in attack speed, but it also stacks. All right, so you saw the little thing that I opened up there. Ooh, here's a drone for me. Gunner drone. This is gonna help out quite a bit. The chests that you open up, you have to pay for them, like I said. Those are randomized. Like you don't know what item you're gonna get out of there. But that little vending machine thing, that one you can pick one of the 3 things, and sometimes it'll have a question mark, which is basically equivalent to a chest. So if you don't like the options that you're given, you can choose that and have a chance to get something else. All right. A little pause there. Now, the big difference between this game and the original is that most enemies have long-range attacks, except for these little beetle guys. I think that's what they're called. I'm going to assume that that's what they're called. You do get little enemy logs. Every so often, the enemies will drop a log. I don't know if it's based on how many kills or what have you, but it does tell you some things. Ooh, we got this guy we got to take care of. The golems are really dangerous. They're super dangerous. The big, they do a clapping attack when they get really close to you, and also they have a tendency to have a big eye laser that is really damaging. Anyway, the other thing that's really cool about this game is that you'll have that, like, a deck of levels that I'm talking about, but sometimes the levels themselves will have little differences. Like that door I just walked through, that's not always open. You cannot always get through here. Oh, that's a nice one. That's another thing to note. Items will have grades, so there's common items that you'll get, and there are... Ooh, speaking of uncommon, there are common items you'll get, and there are also even rare items and also use items. You may have noticed if you're looking at the HUD, you'll see in the bottom corner, my Y button is unmapped to anything currently. That's where you get a use item, and you can use those, and their cooldown is usually a lot longer than any skills, so they're usually like a minute and a half or something like that, depending on the strength of what you get from it. Usually really cool, really special things. It can be a grenade, it can be something that heals you, there's a rocket launcher, there's all kinds of things. And we'll see, I'll try to showcase off as much as I can. The other thing, too, that's really cool about this game is as you're playing it, you unlock different items and weapons that you can actually unlock. And that will start spawning in the stage, which is a really nice deal. Now, you can, there's the gunner turret right there. I don't like to get those because those don't carry over from stage to stage. Items, drones, and the like, those all will carry over. Those are things that you can pick up and will stick with you once you go through a teleporter. And usually the game consists of, like, the original game, I think it was like something like 6 stages you'd go through. With the teleporter at the end of 5 of them, and then, the final boss. And the final stage is always, I think, pretty much the same, with respect to layout. Now, the reason I say that you want to get as many of the items as you can, and as much money as you can, is that or you don't want to get necessarily as much money, you want to get the items in the stage, and move on. Once you beat the stage, once you use the teleporter, all of your money goes into healing you and giving you... I'm not actually sure about the healing, I can't remember. I know you get healed a little bit, but it also goes toward experience. But the thing is, once you start a new stage, you have to start from scratch with cash. And also, the item boxes and stuff, they cost more. Usually, like, I think, like, almost 3 times as much as the previous stage. So, like, the next stage, this stage, it starts at the lower end chests start at about 25. Next stage is going to start at about, I want to say, 79 or something like that on the low end ones. Anyway, I believe that we're not quite cleared out. I think there's one spot that I haven't checked yet. I haven't crossed. There's a bridge up here that you can cross. Also, did I get this canister? I didn't. I did. Okay, good. Good deal. Well, yeah, this area over here, you can see where my reticle is. Got to go over there yet. And there's a chest right there. And sprinting is really useful. I know, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, let's see what we got here. Nice. Old war stealth kit. All right. Yeah, turn invisible on taking heavy damage. So that way enemies won't be able to see us. Yeah, it's anything in this game. It's not geared toward player-to-player combat. At least not yet. You can have up to like 4 or like up to 3 friends playing co-op with you, and the enemies scale with how many people are playing, as far as I understand it. But it's just like the original game in that respect, where you can have more than one person playing at a time, and you can help each other out. It's actually a really, really sweet deal. Alright. Let's lay the smackdown on these punks. Now that big shot, that shot right there, that actually cleaves through enemies. So you want to get enemies into a group to use that optimally, but it also just does generally more damage. Yes! Faster attack speed, more damage. That's how it goes. It just translates very well. Alright, oh, there is a spot down here. Alright. And that's the skill you really haven't seen me use yet. Which is the commando's dodge. So, yeah, again, we're playing as the commando today. Let's see if there's anything hidden over here. Anything? Nothing? Damn. Now, you may have noticed a while back I picked up something called a lunar coin. Enemies will occasionally drop those, and these are like weird little modifying. They're not standard. In the one difference between lunar coins and regular cash is that those do carry over, and those carry over from game to game as well. So you can stack up your lunar coins, and you know, anytime that you die, you have to start over from the very beginning. So you have to start over all from the one stage previous. But the nice thing is, any unlocks that you've had, I mean, clearly, you know, unlocks like in other games, those are things that stick with you from game to game. Otherwise, it'd be kind of dumb, in my opinion. I like unlocks, you know. I don't normally play games like this unless it has something that, you know, resembles some sort of progress, something that saves from game to game. I mean, I do get better at the game, you know, in a sense. I don't get that great, but all right, let's head back. We're gonna go to the teleporter because we're already on medium difficulty, and we want to get scooting pretty quick here. Nice thing is we have right next to the teleporter we leveled up once, so we got a little war banner to shoot from. Let's put this guy down while we're here. Another important distinction to make is that the damage that you do changes depending on distance. So if you're close up to an enemy, that's when you're going to do maximum damage. There's kind of a limit to closeness, however. All right, let's see. Beetle Queen. Where you at, Beetle Queen? There you are. All right. Gonna do our maximum damage to that as fast as we possibly can. Nice. All right, we got a golem here too. Got a couple golems. Ow. Yeah, you see that laser attack? Real dangerous. Holy shit, there's a few golems. All right, let's get rid of this, the queen as fast as we can. Usually the queen is going to be doing the most damage, or the any boss that you're fighting is going to be the one that you're going to want to worry about. You can get clear, do some cleanup. It's not a bad idea. Now for the for the teleporter to charge up properly, you do have to be within a certain area. Oh god, okay. Alright, baby, work with me here. We getting slammed right now. We getting just murdered. Thank God for those heal bots. There's certain times that you'll be playing the game and you won't get any items, or you won't get any drones or anything, or it's all drones or all items, or, you know, things like that. It's very much luck of the draw when it comes to this game. I've been to a stage once where it was all one type of enemy. It was all golems. It was kind of terrifying, actually. All right, let's go over to this one right here. This war banner. There we go. Put him down. The other nice thing about the bosses is every time you beat a boss, they drop an item for you. Oh, this is the best thing I could have gotten, honestly. Leeching Seed. That gives me 1 HP per hit. So anytime I shoot someone, you see the little green numbers coming off of me? I'm getting healed every time. So that couples very well with nice. So advancement. Aw, man. Let's unlock the war banner right there. Alright, let's teleport to the next stage. Anytime that, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, crap. Hey, buddy. How you doing there? Alright, so different stages, different enemies as well. We're gonna get a lot of the same enemies, like returning enemies, like these guys, the flame spitters. I don't know what they're called. And the beetles and stuff, but you will get new types of enemies. For instance, in this stage, you get the jellyfish as well. Let's see. Alright, I don't know what the cost is. Oh, okay, so this is... Alright, it's 96. That's what we're working with. We gotta build up some cash before we can make any real damage here. Alright, baby. All right, we got enough to go get our item here. We want to keep those jellyfish away from us. They will show up, they will roll over to you, and they will blow up right in your face, and it's stupid. Anyway, I was talking about lunar coins. Lunar coins carry over, and they have really strange effects. They can... I'll show them off. Like, I know where one is right here. Actually. Some things will be the same during each stage. Like, there'll often be certain placements of things in a particular stage. Like this one, I happen to know that down here, there will usually be a lunar coin thing that you can spend lunar coins on. All right, where's his golem? I can hear him. I can hear you, bro. I don't know where you at. There you at. All right, wait for that charge. There we go. You can tell when the golems are gonna shoot because that little halo that goes around their eye closes up. I don't know how long it charges for, if they actually have to be within sight, because I feel like they've charged up for really short amounts of time or really, really long time. Really, really long time. Anyway, this is actually a great place to break it off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here. This is Risk of Rain 2. If you like the game, you can check it out. It's early access. You can check it out on Steam, and you can also grab it on the Humble Store. It's a really great game, little fast-paced arcade shooty game. A lot of fun. You can already play multiplayer as far as I understand it. I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm pretty sure it's a possibility, so you can grab and play with your friends. Anyway, if you wanna help out, if you like the channel, if you like me, and you want to help me rise to the top and get me out there a little bit more, like, comment, subscribe. You've heard it before. It really does help out. I really do appreciate any help you give me. And anyway, with that, thanks for checking out the video from my house to yours. I'm John the Neighbor Kid, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye now.